Good evening, everyone. Welcome. Okay, thank you all for joining us tonight. I know many of you are here in person. A lot of people are at home watching on live stream. Some of the athletes, and I know all of your parents are at home watching this on live stream. And I want to welcome you to our annual Cross Country Awards ceremony. We're so excited that we can still have this and get together despite everything that is going on with our pandemic. So I'm very thankful that the school let us still have our ceremony in person. I know it's a little different this year without the food, our normal banquet with food that we've had the last couple of years, which was awesome. So hopefully next year we'll get back to our normal banquet. I want to thank Mark Fanny, our booster president, who's done an awesome job setting this up tonight, planning our ceremony, and still making it happen despite all of the constant changes this fall. So thank you, Mark, for being a great president for Pine-Richland Cross Country Boosters. I also want to thank our great Boosters Board. Laura Oland is our vice president. Rick Labuda is our treasurer, and Renee Hoy is our secretary. They've put so much effort and dedication into making this a successful cross-country season, and they're a big part of the cross-country experience and making it great for all of us. So thank you to our Booster Board. And thank you to all of your parents, all of our families, our Pine-Richland school administration and school personnel. And thanks to our boosters, thanks to everyone who supported us this season. So many people have cheered us on and supported us and are following our results. And our cross-country program is becoming one of the best programs in the state. And everybody is watching us and very proud of everything that all of the athletes do. So thank you, everyone who is part of our cross-country program's success. And also thank you to my wonderful wife Janine and my family, who are great supporters of our program and very supportive of me as a coach. Most of all, thank you to all of you, all of the athletes, all of our middle school runners, all of our high school runners. Thank you for your dedication and all that you do, and thanks for pushing forward in this difficult season with all of the changes. Congratulations on all of the success that both teams had this year. Way to go, athletes. And this being a very different type of season with the COVID-19 pandemic, I want to congratulate all of you for doing a great job following our health and safety guidelines. And we were able to get through the season. I'm so excited that we finished our season. Once we got through the November 7th state meet, our season was complete. So it's a bonus that we got through our season and all the fall sports were able to complete their seasons. And I thank our school district for allowing us to have fall sports and for being so supportive and for putting safety first. I'm really impressed with how well our school district has done with making school safe, sports safe, and putting safety first. And they put all the guidelines in place for a good reason. And so thank you for all the support from our school district. And tonight we're going to recognize our middle school runners first, and then we're going to recognize the high school runners. And I want to congratulate Coach Souders and Coach Berger and all of the athletes on a great season. I know you got started late this year, but middle school, you had an awesome season. We really enjoyed watching your two home meets. Our athletes cheered you on. I had fun cheering you on, even though we only got to see you a couple of times. But I'm so impressed by your dedication and hard work and how well you all did, how you made great progress throughout the season. I watched I watched your results from each race. Coach Souders filled me in after every single meet, and I'm really proud of all of you. And I'd really like to encourage all of you to continue running cross country. If you're in 7th grade, please come back again and run 8th grade cross country. And tell your friends to come out. It's a fun sport. And if you're in 8th grade, please join us in the high school team next year. You all can do it. So I welcome every one of you to join us next year and become part of our Pine-Richland High School cross country team. And we have a blast. Talk to some of the kids in high school on the current team right now, and you can all do it. Don't be intimidated that we do too much, that you won't be able to keep up. We'll make the training work for you. Some of you are going to be ready for more miles, some of you will be ready for less, but we customize the training to what works for you, and you'll be surprised what you can do. You may be able to do more than you can think, but we'll make sure that what you are doing in cross country, especially as we start the season, is what you can handle. And talk to me anytime. Set up a meeting to talk to me, like send me an email. I'll be happy to talk to you or your parents about cross country. So if you have any questions about cross country next year, I will answer them, and I really hope you'll give cross country a try and continue on in running. And right now, I'd like to turn it over to Coach Souders.
Thanks, Coach. I just wanted to start out by thanking Mark Fanny and the boosters as well for putting this event together. I know a lot of you're disappointed, as am I, that we couldn't have our formal catered banquet with family in attendance, but we're fortunate to have such a supportive boosters board that can make this alternate event possible. Hopefully we'll be able to get back to the normal banquet next year. But in the meantime, I think it's important that we all take a little time to reflect on our season, celebrate our successes, and recognize all of our student athletes. Before we do that, though, I just wanted to say how proud I am to be a part of one of the premier cross-country programs in the Whitfield and the state of PA, for that matter. And it all starts with Coach Huntley. He sets the tone with his steady influence and unwavering positive attitude. He's smart, he's passionate about the development of all the student athletes, and he's assembled a knowledgeable and devoted coaching staff. You guys can't imagine all the work and the planning that goes on behind the scenes, especially this year with all the COVID-related safety issues. So personally, I just want to thank Mark for his leadership, his support of the middle school team. In a few short years, he's been able to establish a culture of hard work, success, and that trickles down to the middle school team. I mean, it's truly become a grade 7 through 12 program. And we're building the foundation for future success, starting with the middle school. I think you'll find that what we do at the middle school, we set high expectations. We treat the middle school program like anything you'd find at a lot of high school programs, but maybe with a little less volume. And I think the kids like the formal structure and the sense of accountability we try to create. It's been our recipe for success, and it will be how we build a tradition of excellence going forward here at Pine-Richland. Now, I don't want anybody to think that this was a typical cross-country season. 2020 has been an extremely challenging year. There's a lot of uncertainty during the summer about whether we'd even have a cross-country season, especially a middle school season. Typically, we'd start optional summer conditioning in June or July. We'd compete in our first invitational over Labor Day. However, our administration took a cautious approach and delayed the start of middle school sports until phase 3 of the safety plan. That put us 3 weeks behind a lot of the other schools, and it either canceled or postponed some of our early meets. We also had all of our scheduled invitationals canceled due to the pandemic, although we were able to scrape one of them together at the last minute. However, despite all this, one of the parents described it to me this summer as some cross country is better than no cross country. So I thought that was well put. Despite all the challenges, including moving our home course from Chatham, Eden Hall to campus, we persevered and we salvaged the season, even if it was condensed. And we had a stellar season by all accounts. Our boys team went 4-1 in our section and finished first overall at the Brush Creek Invitational. And we came within a whisker of beating NA for the first time in our dual meet and going undefeated. On the girls' side, we went 3-2 in our section and were runners-up at the Brush Creek Invite. The girls lost a close dual meet at Butler, but we were shorthanded that day. So I really think we could have easily gone 4-1 in the dual meet season. And the boys really gave NA a scare this year. I know their coach told me after the meet that they were worried about us, and they know the outcome could have been different if we hadn't spotted them a 3-week head start. But we'll never know what could have been. I mean, but what we should do, we should be very proud of what we did accomplish. One of the highlights for me personally was our last meet of the season against Seneca Valley. It was probably one of the most competitive and exciting middle school meets you'll ever witness. Our girls claimed a 1-point victory, and our boys won by 2 points, proving the old adage that every place does count. But beyond all the wins and losses, everyone on our team, from first to last runner, improved tremendously over the 6 weeks we were together, and that's really what it's all about. So with that recap, why don't we get started with this student athlete recognition. I'll call you up, and Coach K will hand you your certificate, and then Mrs. Franchek and the boosters will give you your gift. We'll start with 7th grade and go alphabetically. Then we'll do 8th grade, and then finally we'll present the Rookie of the Year and MVP awards. All right, our first 7th grader is Gavin Gallardi. Gavin, you want to come up? Gavin's was one of our top 7th grade boys. He showed steady improvement throughout the season, including over 1:30 improvement on our home course between our time trial and our last home meet. He had a 3K PR of 12:30 versus NA, and I expect him to be one of our top runners next year. Next is Brandon Hoffman. I believe Brandon's in his, he's a 4th member of his family to come through the Pine-Richland program. He ran a 3K personal best time at 17:42 in our final meet against Seneca Valley. Alex Kastner, I don't know if Alex is here. He got off to a promising start, was our 8th boy in our initial time trial, but season was cut short by an ankle injury, but looking forward to having him on the team next year when he's healthy. Kaylee Levengood. Kaylee's one of our top 7th grade girls, was a consistent top 5 scorer all season, and ran a 3K PR of 13:50 at our home meet with NA. Owen Long. Owen showed steady improvement throughout the season. He ran a 3K personal best time at 13:31 during our last meet against Seneca Valley, which was over a minute faster than he ran at the time trial, and should be a key contributor next season. Mariah Lewis. Unfortunately, Mariah sustained a foot injury that kept her out for most of the season, but she came to practice in our meets and cheered on her teammates, so looking forward to having her back on the team next year when she's healthy. Quentin Monarch. Quentin demonstrated an impressive 3-minute improvement on our home course from our time trial to our last meet. Expect him to continue to develop and be a key contributor next year. Gabe Namoni. Gabe was a consistent performer for us all season, running in the 14s on our home course 3 times, and he posted a 3K personal record of 14:26. Chase Petula. Chase improved over 30 seconds on our home course during the season. He ran a 3K personal record of 14:33 versus NA. Expect him to continue to improve and look forward to having him back next year. Andrew Shera. Andrew showed a solid improvement of over 2 minutes and 30 seconds on our home course during the season and posted a 3K personal best time of 15:12 during our last meet. Looking forward to having him back next year as well. Lucas Thompson. Lucas was one of our top 7th grade boys, a consistent top 7 scorer all season. He was a 12th place medalist at the Brush Creek Invitational, and his 3K PR of 12:08 against Seneca Valley was exactly a 1 minute improvement over his early season time trial. So he should be one of our top returners next year. Ben Walter. Ben's not here, but Ben's another one of our top 7th grade boys. His best race was probably his race at Fox Chapel, where he finished as our 4th man. He was 15th. He was 15th place medalist at Brush Creek Invite, and he posted a 3K personal best time at 12:10. Simon Wynn. I think Simon might be live streaming, but Simon showed steady improvement throughout the season. He ran a 3K personal best time at 12:44 against NA, which was over 2 minutes faster than his earlier season time trial. And I know that he's hooked on the sport. I could tell, from our first meet, and his mom even told me the same. He loves it. Tegan Urako. Tegan was our top 7th grade girl all season. She was the overall winner at the Fox Chapel meet and our home meet versus Seneca Valley. She ran a 3K personal best of 12:35. She was also runner-up at Butler, Mars, and a 4th place medalist at the Brush Creek Invite. Harris Adele. Harris is his first year, one of the 8th graders now. This is his first year running cross country. He showed steady improvement during the season with a 3K personal best of 15:04, which was 2 minutes and 30 seconds faster than his time trial earlier in the year. Luke Anderson. This is Luke's 2nd year in the program. His best race was probably his 2nd place finish in the 2nd wave race at Fox Chapel. He ran a 3K personal best of 13:41 at our home meet at Seneca Valley, which was another 2 minute improvement over his earlier season time trial. Tate Bennett. Tate's in his 2nd year in the program. He was hampered for the first half of the season by an ankle injury he suffered over the summer, but came on strong in the 2nd half and ran a 3K personal best of 13:59. Mary Claire Danella. This is Mary Claire's first year running cross country, but she was consistent top 7 scorer for us. She finished as high as 4th or 5th runner at several meets and ran a 3K personal best of 13:54 in our last meet at Seneca Valley. Thomas DeVito. Yeah, everybody seems to have like their own rituals and pre-race routines that they go through, and Thomas would always be to ask me if he had to run today. Invariably, I've always tell him, of course you have to run, and then he'd either sigh or say something hurt him, but then he'd always go out and crush it. Very consistent performer for us in his 2nd year on the team, and posted a 3K personal best, 12:16 in our last meet versus Seneca Valley. Lily Flood. I don't think she's here tonight, but Lily was our number 1 girl for the first half of the season before she was forced to miss the last few meets. She was the overall winner at Mars and a 5th place medalist at the Brush Creek Invite. She's an extremely hard worker, and she's probably the only athlete that's ever asked me for harder workouts. So I expect her to be a star someday on a high school team and help Coach Hunkley win Whitbill titles. Alex Friedrich. I don't know if Alex is here today, but this is his 2nd year on the team. He dropped his time on our home course by over a minute during the season with a 3K personal best of 19:20. Robert Hoy. I don't think he's here. Maybe he might be live streaming it, but Robert was our number 1 or number 2 boy at every meet this season. He finished 1st overall at Butler and Fox Chapel in our home meet against Seneca Valley in a season best time of 11:15. He was also runner-up at Mars and a 4th place medalist at Brush Creek. Ben Imes. Ben's in his 2nd year running cross country. He improved by over 1:20 on our home course during the season with a season best time of 16 flat. Kate Imes. Kate was a pleasant surprise on the girls' team this year after missing most of last year with an injury. She missed a couple of meets this season due to injury, but she was a consistent top 5 scorer when she was in the lineup. She ran a season best of 13-17 against NA, and her 10th overall finish against Seneca Valley was one of the keys to our 1-point victory. Liam Jameson. This is Liam's second year on the team, and I feel like he's one of our most improved runners, from last year to this year. The highlights of his season include his win in the second wave race at Fox Chapel and his 12:53K season best against Seneca Valley. Jake Jones. Jake's a second-year returner. He was our consistent 4th or 5th man throughout the season. And he broke 12 minutes twice on our home course with a season best time of 11:53 versus NA. Jules Young. Jules is a second-year returner. She was a consistent top 7 scorer all season and ran a 3K personal best of 14:54 against Seneca Valley. Thomas Kabanowski. TK is he's a second-year returner. He was our number 1 or number 2 boy at every meet. He finished first overall at Mars. He was runner-up 4 times at Butler, Fox Chapel, NA, and Seneca Valley. And he had a 3K PR of 11:15 on our home course and was a 3rd place medalist at the Brush Creek Invite. Clayton Cost. He's a second-year returner. Clayton progressively got better over the course of the season and ran a 3K season best of 13:15, which was about a minute 15 improvement over his time trial. Carson Lapina. Carson's a second-year returner, was our consistent 4th or 5th man all season, broke 12 twice at home with a season best time of 11:52. He was a 10th place medalist at the Brush Creek Invite, and his strong kick against Seneca Valley was instrumental in our two-point victory. Lorelei Lehman. I think Lorelei's live streaming it. Lorelei's in her second year running cross country. I think if you asked her, she'd probably tell you that she prefers the longer stuff, like half marathons or long bike races over 3Ks, but she still turned in some solid performances this year and ran a season best time of 16 flat versus NA. Isan Molnar. Isan's a second-year returner, a solid 7th man for us all season, ran a 3K personal best of 12:18 versus NA, and was a 13th place medalist at the Brush Creek Invite. Asma Mudasar. Asma's in her first year running cross country. She showed nice improvement throughout the season and ran a 3K personal best of 17:11 in our last meet, which was a minute and 40 seconds faster than her time trial. Ava Muster. Ava's a second-year returner. Unfortunately, she dealt with some knee and hip pain for most of the season, but was able to compete once at Butler and where she ran 17:01. Hannah Putzere. Hannah's a second-year returner, was anywhere from our 5th to 8th runner throughout the year, and she ran a season best 3K time of 14:55 against NA. Matteo Ritelli. Matteo is a second-year returner. He dealt with some tendonitis issues for most of the season. He probably had his best race of the year at Fox Chapel, where he was our 6th man. He ran a 12:27 3K season best versus NA, but I know he's a sub-12 guy when he's healthy and in shape. Braylee Rowe. Braylee's a second-year returner, probably had her best race at Fox Chapel, where she was our 6th runner on the team, and she ran a 3K season best of 15:11 on our home course. Rowan Seth. Rowan's in his first year running cross country. He showed tremendous improvement over the season by dropping his 3K time on our home course by a whopping 4 minutes with a time of 13:13. Sarah Ann Schaefer. Sarah's in her first year of cross country at Pine-Richland after moving here from North Hills. She was a reliable third or fourth runner all season and moved up to number 2 and second overall with a furious kick to seal the victory against Seneca Valley. Her season best 3K time was a solid 13:05. Caitlin Shute. Caitlin's a second-year returner. She showed solid improvement during the season and lowered her 3K time on her home course by over a minute by running 17:09 in our final meet. JJ Weirley. He's his second-year returner. He missed some time early in the season with a minor injury, but came on strong at the end with a 3K season best of 16:39. Jonas Witzel. Jonas is a second-year returner and another one of our most improved runners this year. He was a reliable third man at every meet. He was a sixth-place medalist at the Brush Creek Invite, and he ran a 3K personal record of 11:22 against NA. Mia Wickard. Mia's a second-year returner. She continued to improve throughout the season, knocked over a minute and 30 seconds off her time on her home course with an 18:40 versus Seneca Valley. Roger Williams. Roger's a second-year returner. He joined the team a week into the season because he wasn't sure if he could swing both cross country and ice hockey. But I was glad he made the decision to come out for the team again, and he snuck into the top 7 once or twice and ran a 3K PR 12:15. Sarah Wu, last but not least. Sarah's a second-year returner. Sarah was our second or third runner all season and an 11th place medalist at the Brush Creek Invite. She ran a season best 3K time of 13:16 against NA. And I don't think she's realized yet how good she can be in it. So I'm really hopeful that she continues to run cross country for Coach Huntley next year. So now for some special awards. I guess we'll start with our Rookies of the Year. And normally when I think of rookie, you think of go to a 7th grader, but this year it's actually going to go to an 8th grader. One of the defining moments of the season for me was this young lady's kick to run down Seneca Valley's top runner in the last few meters of the race to seal the 2-point or the 1-point victory for us in our last meet. I expect big things from her in the future. This year's Girls Rookie of the Year is Sarah Ann Schaefer. The boys Rookie of the Year, it was a close call between several talented 7th graders, but one young man separated himself when it came to average time or average place, and that would be Lucas Thompson. Okay, now for our MVP awards. I'm really excited this year to be able to recognize 2 girls as co-MVPs. We had one girl that stood out during the first half of the season, and that really made, and then we had another one that really made her mark in the second half. They were both extremely valuable, and it was impossible for Coach K and I to choose one or the other. So this year's girls MVPs are Lily Flood and Tegan Uraka. So we were faced with the same dilemma when it came to the boys MVP. One young man was our number 1 runner for the first 3 meets, and another was our number 1 runner for the last 3. They both are fierce competitors and always seem to finish side by side. So this year's boys co-MVPs are Robert Hoy and Thomas Kopanowski. So in closing, I just want to thank a few more people. Thank you to Coach K for all her help this season. She was extremely helpful with a lot of the administrative duties, and I relied on her heavily to handle the daily attendance and COVID screening responsibilities, as well as helping to mark the course for our 2 home meets. So thank you. Also want to thank Coach Ritelli for loaning us all the flags, stakes, and caution tape. And thank you to all the parents out there that are live streaming. Thank you for your support. Thank you for sharing your kids with us momentarily. I really do cherish the opportunity to coach your kids. Lastly, to all the athletes, I hope you enjoyed being part of the 2020 middle school cross country team. My wish for all of you is that you continue in the sport, whether that means coming back as an 8th grader or joining the high school team. I know some of you are multi-sport athletes, and that's great, but don't stop running. Make running part of who you are and not just a fall sport. Nothing would make me happier to hear that you continue to run marathons or 5Ks or half marathons, whatever, long after you leave Pine-Richland. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Coach Hunkley. Middle schoolers, if you need to leave, you can, but I would encourage a lot of you to stay because there's a lot of great things happening at the Pine-Richland, or at the high school level. So we'll take a minute or so. Okay, is that all right?
Great job, Coach Sowers and Coach Berger. Congratulations again on your great season. Can everybody hear me okay? Yes. All right. Okay. So first thing, I want to introduce our coaches, who everybody obviously knows. One thing I'm really excited about is through our whole cross-country program, we have an incredible group of dedicated coaches, very knowledgeable, who are here for each and every one of you to help you succeed. So we're very blessed to have an awesome coaching staff. And with us tonight, I want to introduce Coach Converse. Coach Powell. Coach Montella. Coach Ritelli could not be here. And I also want to wanted to mention Coach Souders also is a high school coach. He's very dedicated to us when he's not with the middle school. He does a great job with the high school. And Coach Berger, thank you so much, coaches, for making this a great season. So last last year's banquet, I made some bold statements. I stated that both our girls and boys teams would be among the best in the WPRL and in the state. I said both teams could make states. I predicted our girls could win states. And I set some high bar for both teams to follow this year. Well, both teams were up to the challenge, and both girls and boys teams and all of our runners enjoyed great success. And this was the best season for both teams since 1998, when Pine-Richland moved up to the large AAA classification. And this year, throughout the season, we had among the top teams in the WPIAL, both boys and girls, the whole season. And this was, and even before when we were AA, there were some really good AA teams that won states, but those AA teams were not as good as the teams we have today. So I could honestly say that this is the best boys and best girls team Pine-Richland has ever seen, so give yourself a round of applause. Every student athlete in our team gave incredible effort, and everybody made great improvements and progress throughout the season. And most of you ran personal best times this season, and most impressive is how close we are as a team, how we support each other and encourage each other at every meet, at every practice. And our team first attitude is a big reason for our success this year and going into the future. It's great to watch how we all support each other, and as coaches, we strive to help all of you achieve your goals, whatever they may be. Everybody has different goals, and we're really big on goal setting throughout the year. So I'm very proud of all of you, and I'm proud of your determination and progress that you continue to make. And I encourage all of you to stay focused and committed to cross country and set goals for next season now. If you're coming back or if you're going to college, set your running goals, your cross country goals. Think ahead now what you want to achieve next year. And you have your best success in cross country and in the sport of running when you have a year-round plan and do the appropriate things during the season and also pre and post season. And remember that success is defined by many things, not just by how fast you run and what place you're in. These things are important, but more important is the journey we're all on together. And this includes setting goals, many different types of workouts, strength and core training, cross training, and good nutrition, mental preparation, being a good teammate, and then actually running the races and the meets. All of these things are part of being successful in cross country. And if you do your best in all of these areas and follow your training plan, this will lead to success. And if you do these things and give your best effort, you have to be proud of yourself no matter what the outcome is. Be proud of yourself if you put in the effort and do everything that you should. That's the goal. Do the best you can and be proud of your efforts no matter what they may be. And this was a very enjoyable season for our team. And both our boys and girls teams are very competitive. It was really hard to make our varsity team. I mean, many of you could have been number 1, 2, or 3 runners in another team and had trouble cracking into our top 7, 8, 9, 10 runners. We have a very, very competitive team, and it's great how we all push each other and uplift each other. And many runners had a chance to run varsity at some point throughout the season in different invitationals. And both our teams, like I said, were among the best teams in the WPRL all season. And the WPRL is very competitive, and this year it was the toughest district in the state. And there's over 30 teams in the WPRL in the AAA classification. And our boys team this year, we finished with 5 wins and 2 losses in our section, and we're in the most difficult section in the state. Both the WPIAL and PI and state champions and the runner-ups were from our section. And our boys team, we placed high in every invitational, including many podium finishes. At the Tri-State Coach Invitational the week before WPIALs, which is basically a preview of WPIALs, we came in 3rd place, which is awesome. Coming in 3rd place there shows that we are good enough to make it to states. And then the next week at WPIALs, our team finished in 5th place. That is awesome. That's our best finish since moving up to AAA in 1998. And that's a big improvement on last year's 14th place finish. We are 5th place, and Tony not too far out of 3rd. In a normal year, 3 teams go to states, So fifth wouldn't have quite made it, but it would have been close. But we are just as good as the third and fourth place teams. We had beat them throughout the season. So congratulations, boys, on fifth place in the WPRL. Give yourself a round of applause. And congratulations to Victor Williams, who qualified for states. He finished 11th at the time of 16:30 at Whippy's, and he was a WPRL medalist. And this was the second best boys finish at Whippy's, again, since 1998. Only one boy placed higher than 11th. And also, many of the guys on our team would have been very close to making states if it were done normally without the reduced qualification. So many of you were right there making states as an individual, and many of you who are returning, I would expect will be making states as an individual. But again, our goal is for the team to make it next year. Our girls team finished 7 wins, 0 losses in our section, and we won the most difficult section in the state. It was our first time ever winning the section, and it's usually NA wins it, or Seneca or Butler. It's the first time we ever won this section since joining it well over 20 years ago. And we had podium finishes at most invitationals, including second place at the Tri-State Coaches Invitational, which was the week before Whippy's. And again, our girls finished second in the WPRL. We were WPRL runner-ups, and again, this was our best finish, first time ahead of being better than fourth place since 1998. So girls, give yourself a round of applause for being WPRL runner-ups. And we were pretty evenly matched with NA this year. North Allegheny won. We beat them during the season. Well, North Allegheny won states. If we had the opportunity to run states, I think we could have won. I looked at it, we would have been first or second in the state. We were one of the best 2 teams in the state. It's just a shame, it's disappointing that we did not actually get to compete at states. But I want to congratulate our girls who qualified for states. Meredith Price was 4th place, and ran 18:38, and the best finish ever for a Pine-Richland girl at the AAA level. And Angelina Hunkley was 11th place with a time of 19:12, and she qualified, and it's tied for the 3rd best place at Whippy's, along with Natalie, who was 11th last year, in the history of our program in AAA. And both girls medaled for finishing in the top 15. And this year, because of COVID, only 10 runners went, 1 team went. Typically, it would have gone to 25th place for girls, 29th place for boys would have been what you need to qualify this year if it were a normal year. And I wanted to congratulate Elizabeth Hunkley, who would have qualified for states with her 23rd place finish as an individual. And then Audrey and Natalie would have been just seconds out of that also with how they did at Whippy's. So congratulations to our girls team for a great season and great job at Whippy's. And then 1 week later at the state meet, it was really exciting. We had a lot of great success there. Victor was 29th overall. He ran 17:05. It's a very difficult course. It was a hot day. And he missed a medal by 4 places and 6 seconds. He was right there. He ran awesome. And it was the best finish ever by a Pine-Richland boy since going to AAA in 1998. So Victor had the best season ever that our boys had since dating back to the 1990s. And also congratulations to Meredith Price, who made the top 10 at states, finished 10th, ran 19:43, and was a medalist. It's the best finish ever for Pine-Richland, again, since prior to 1998. So congratulations, Meredith. And Angelina Hunkley also medaled with the time of 1912. She got there. She medaled by less than a half second. She got 25th spot. She got the last medal by a fraction of a second. And again, they're our first 2 medalists that we've had ever at states at the AAA level. Congratulations. Where do we go into the future, but we have high goals and big hopes for our teams next year and many years into the future. We hope both teams will compete, will qualify and compete for at the state championships next year in Hershey. And our goals team, they stated our goal is to win Whitfields and win states next year. Everybody's returning. Next year is our year. And our goal as a cross-country program is to have an enjoyable program that welcomes everyone. It's encouraging to all athletes, and we want to promote a love of running, and hopefully all of you and all of our athletes will become lifelong runners, whether you compete in the future or not. Hope you all continue running throughout your life. It's a great sport. There's so many great benefits to it. And we're very excited for next season and our continued success for our team, and hope every runner comes back. And we're going to encourage you all to continue to improve and be the best that you can be. And our future is very bright for our program. Okay, we're going to start by honoring the boys, and then we'll go to the girls, and then we'll do our awards. Okay, coaches, doing it. We're going to start with the 9th grade boys. First, I'm going to bring up Mustafa Adil. Mustafa is a freshman. Mustafa has a great attitude. He's a very hard worker. He gave his best effort all season. He made great improvements from the beginning to the end of the season, cutting minutes off his time. Congratulations, Mustafa. Okay. Rocco Jarvis. Rocco had a great freshman year. He was our second best freshman time-wise. He got his time down to 1949 on the White Oak course. He's very dedicated. He's a great attitude and a very great future. Congratulations, Rocco. Kevin McLaughlin. Kevin had a great year. He was a top freshman in the WPIL at most big meets, and he had 17:10 personal best, which is very fast for a freshman. And he keeps improving, and 39th in Whitfields, and we expect Kevin at states next year. He also did not get credit because we did not have a track season. It's not listed, but he does have the school team record for middle school with 10:52 that he ran indoor, beat the outdoor record by almost 20 seconds. So congratulations on that also. Noah Orlana. Noah can't be here tonight, but he's very dedicated. He loves running. He's been one of the hardest workers since I coached him back in 7th grade track, and he got his time down to close to 22 minutes. This is Ryan Powell. Ryan is a freshman. He's very dedicated. He gives great effort. He's a super positive attitude. He made great improvements throughout the season. Even set his mile best time during the 5K. So great job, Ryan, and I expect great things from you next year. Ethan Prior. Ethan is always a freshman. He just started running earlier this year. He made great progress as a freshman. He has a great attitude. He really enjoys running, and it's exciting to see such big improvement from someone who just started running a couple months before the season. Blake Thompson. Blake had a great freshman season. It was so good to see the great progress you made throughout the season, cutting minutes off your time to get down to 21:05, almost breaking 21 at White Oak. And Blake has great endurance. He runs a long way. When you say go run 7 miles, he runs 8. I think he did an 11-mile run at North Park on one of our training runs. And in middle school, he was known for running every single distance event. So great endurance and great future. Carter Warnes. Carter Warnes made great progress this year. He had great improvement from 8th to 9th grade, and he almost broke 20 minutes at White Oak. He made great improvement throughout the season. It's a great attitude. Seems to really enjoy running, and is very, very dedicated. Great job, Carter, and congratulations. Move on to our sophomores, Anthony Ferrero. Anthony was close to our varsity team this year. He had a great season, great improvements on last year, and he almost got under 18, down to 1802, and expect some big things from him to make our varsity team next year. Okay, Ryan Griffith. Ryan had a great sophomore season, one of our biggest improvers. Got down to 20:01 at White Oak. It worked really hard, very dedicated, hard worker, and it was great to see how fast you became this season. Great job, Ryan. Okay, Nick King. Nick had a great sophomore season. Again, he was always in our top 12. He was close to varsity. He was varsity last year. This year he had some injuries and misfortune at the beginning of the season, but he worked hard, came back from them, got his time down to 18:06 at White Oak, and expect big things from Nick next year back on our varsity team. And Nick is the fastest guy in the school if you take it down to 400 meters. So looking forward to seeing what you can do and tear it up on the track this year. Great season, Nick. Lucas Masood. Lucas is in 10th grade. He's a very hard worker. He improved greatly. He improved throughout the season. He's very dedicated. He was healthy this year. He had some injury troubles last year. It was great to see how hard Lucas worked this year and how dedicated he is to the sport of running. Great season, Lucas. Okay, Jack Mill. Jack was in our top 12 consistently throughout the season. He had made a great improvement throughout the year and got down into the 1840s at White Oak Park, and he could have a big impact on our varsity team next year. There's Noah Muscala. Noah's a 10th grader, and he was elected one of our captains. He's a great leader. He's been a great leader since middle school, and he always has a smile on his face. He's very positive attitude. And he, again, one of our biggest improvers from last year, getting his time down from the 24s into the 21s. Alex Erling. Alex is a sophomore and was in varsity much of the season. He was the next guy up for Whip Wheels. He had a great first season of cross country. He's also a really good triathlete. But Alex just missed breaking 18 this year, and he could have a big impact on the varsity team next year. And love your attitude. Keep up the hard work. And now we're going to go on to our juniors. We're going to start with Luke Ferrara. Luke is a great team leader. He's been so since joining high school in 9th grade. He's very supportive of all his teammates. He's very determined and driven to succeed. Has a great attitude. Showed continuous improvement throughout the season. Made the top 12 multiple times and got his time down to the 19s. Great job, Luke. Chris Fisher. Chris couldn't be here. He's watching it virtually from home. Again, top 5 all year. The last 2 years, he's had such a big impact on our varsity team. Great season. He got his time down to 17:22 at White Oak. Wasn't too far off from what it would have taken to make states. So expect some big things from Chris next year as a senior leader. Be a big key to us making states. Carson Cup. Carson is a junior. It's been great to see his progress each year. This year was his best season, and he's almost under 20 minutes at White Oak Park, but down to 2012. And he made our top 12 a couple of times, and he was close to that top 12 this year. Very dedicated, hard worker, and proud of your continued improvement. Great job, Carson. Nick Labuda. Nick had a great junior season. He's been a team leader since 7th grade. Again, every year Nick has shown great improvement. This was Nick's best season. He ran 17:23 for his best time at White Oak, a stellar time. And again, he was close to what it would have taken to make states individually in a normal year, and consistently in our top 5. He's going to be a big part of our team making states next year. Congratulations, Nick, on a great season. Colby Oland. Colby's a junior, and this was his best cross-country season. He's been a great runner since middle school. He was in our top 12 this year. He's getting close to varsity. He got his time down to 18:26 at White Oak Park, and he could have a big impact on our varsity team next year. Very dedicated runner, positive attitude. Keep up the great work. And Briar Wentling. Briar's been one of the hardest workers since middle school. When the season's over, he keeps training. He does not want the season to end. He has a great attitude. It's awesome to see how hard he always works. And he made great improvement this year. He didn't come in the shape that he wanted to in the summer, but by the end of the year, he got back to form and had a good finish to the season. Great job, Briar. And now our senior boys. Well, our senior boys, Anthony Hartwick. I apologize for not mentioning some of you who got letters, but you did get your letters. But Anthony is a second-year letter winner. This is his 6th year of cross-country, started back in middle school. He's a great senior leader, always encourages his teammates. And it was so great to see Anthony have a breakout season, his best year ever. 17:34 5K at White Oak, was in our top 7, and some meets he was in our top 4. So Anthony, congratulations on your best season ever. Your hard work paid off. John Hoffman. John is a first-year letter winner. This is his 2nd year of cross-country. He's also a great wrestler. All of John's teammates really look up to him. He's very positive. He's encouraging of all of his teammates. Gives great effort. He's dedicated to being the best that he could be, and keep showing improvement throughout each meet. Look forward to coaching you in track, John. Joseph London. This is Joseph's 2nd year of running. He has amazing dedication, and he's a student of our sport. He loves running, trains extremely hard. Joseph is a team captain, a great team leader, and after being injured all of last season and only running the first and last meet, he came back and had a great year this year. Was typically our number 2 runner, one of the top runners in the WPIAL, ran a 16:52, got down into the 16s, and who knows, he may have made states if his shoe didn't fall off during the Whitfield meet. He was in 23rd place and moving up, and then I wondered what happened. Well, his shoe came off, and he fell 10 times the second half, and he still managed to finish in 34th place despite all of that. So congratulations and a great season. Thank you. George Nix. This is George's 2nd year of cross country. He was our Rookie of the Year last year. He's very dedicated to running and being the best he can be. And now he plans to run in college. And he had great success this season. Got his time down to 17:09, almost got under 17. And he was among the elite runners this year in the WPIL. He inspires everyone on the team to be their best. And he would have been close to making states in a normal year also. Great job, George. Quinn Pritchard. Quinn is also a team captain. He's a great team leader every year. He's been running for 6 years since middle school. Great attitude, great teammate, and had his best year this year. Very consistent. Most of his times were the big meets were in the low 18s with an 18:06 at White Oak Park, and Quinn had a great year and was on our varsity team. Great job, Quinn. And Victor Williams. Hopefully Victor's watching virtually at home. He's a team captain. He's been a great leader every year. He leads by example, and he's been our top runner the past 3 seasons. So he's worked really hard. He's been one of the key components of really having our guys' team become an elite team. He puts the team first, and this year was his best year ever. The last couple of years, he was good enough to go to states, didn't quite do it, didn't quite run well enough at Whitfields. Well, last year he finished 49th or 50th at Whitfields. Well, this year he was not going to be denied. Even though qualifications were very hard this year, and only 10 guys could go outside of the one team, he was determined to do it. Every invitational, he placed high. He medaled at many invitationals. He also finished. He came to Whitfield. He medaled at Tri-States, which is very tough to do. He came in 9th place there, I believe, and then he finished 11th at Whitfields. The best finish by a PR boy, like I mentioned before, since 1998. And then he went on to stay. He ran 16:30 at Whitfields. That's also the best time a PR boy has run at the AAA in years, at least in 15, 20 years. And he finished 29th at States. Unbelievable season. Say he's been the most successful Pine-Richland runner since at least 1998. Congratulations, Victor. All right, now, congratulations, boys. Now we're going to start with the girls. Start with our freshman, Gabby Boudreau. This is Gabby's first year. She's a freshman. She just started running this summer. She made great progress throughout the season. She seemed to really enjoy running and always gave great effort. Congratulations on a great first year of running, Gabby. Okay, Angelina Hunkley. Angelina had a great freshman season. She received an award for a placement into every invitational, including 10th at the Foundation Invitational, 7th at Bald Eagle, and 8th at Tri-States. She finished 11th at Whitfields and 25th at States, earning medals at both. I admire her joy of running. She's loved running since she was 8 years old. She's very driven and keeps trying to improve and continues to work hard. First year letter winner. Brianna Franchak. Brianna had a great sophomore season after having a great freshman season, but she took the next step this year, and she was consistently our number 6 runner, I guess number 5 runner when Natalie was injured. She's very consistent, gives great effort, and she's so determined at every meet. She's a very strong finisher. She improved throughout the season, and she got her personal best on the 20:44 at White Oak Park, 44th at Whitfields, which is an improvement on last year's 55th, and a second-year letter winner. And she has a great attitude, and it's good to see. I really admire how hard you always work and how positive you are. Great job. Gabby Laquina. Gabby had a very strong sophomore season. She finished in our top 10 multiple times. And it was great to see Gabby being healthy all season for the first time. And this really helped her to continue to improve. And I know you're going to continue to make big improvements. Your time keeps coming down. And I love your attitude. You're always very positive, and you have great determination. So I look forward to a great year next year. Natalie McLean. Natalie's a great runner. She's proven to be one of the top runners in the Whippeals and in the state. But after last year, coming in 11th at Whippeals and 38th in the state, a stellar freshman year, she had really high hopes for this year. She was in great shape running, the best she's ever run ever in August and September, early season. Unfortunately, she got a stress fracture in the first meet. But despite this disappointment, this didn't get her down. She was laser focused. She did physical therapy, cross training for a month. She cross trained like crazy. She stayed in great shape. She worked so hard. So impressed with how hard you worked even harder when you're injured, I think. But it was amazing dedication. She was able to come back and had a good meet at Tri-States. And Whippeals unfortunately didn't go as you planned, but that's okay. I know you're focused on track. You're focused on next year. You still did really well in the meets you ran this season. And I'm proud of you, how hard you worked to come back from your injury. And I'm looking forward to great things next season. Great job, Natalie. Julia Neff. I forgot to mention Natalie's a second-year letter winner. Okay, Julia is a sophomore, and Julia showed great improvement from last year to this year and really good improvement throughout the season. She made our top 10 on our team a couple of times, and one time she had the 8th fastest time on our team at the Bald Eagle Invitational, counting varsity and junior varsity. She almost was under 23, got down to 23 or 9, and keep up the great work and hard work, and I know you're going to have big season next year. Great job, Julia. Hannah Powell. Hannah's a sophomore, and she showed great improvement throughout the season. Hannah's very supportive of her teammates. She's always very encouraging. She's very respectful, has a great attitude, and she has a lot of potential. So I know Hannah can have a great year next year. I expect a big junior season from Hannah. Great job, Hannah. Elizabeth Schaefer. Elizabeth is a sophomore, and this is her first year of cross country. It's her first year at Pine-Richland after moving from North Hills. So happy that she joined the team a week into the season. She's also an elite swimmer. She swam in the state meet as a freshman last year, but she made time for running. She seemed to love running. She did a great job this year. She made our varsity team in her first year running cross country. I admired her work ethic, and she got down to 21:01 at the White Oak Park, and it was a great sophomore season. I'm really looking forward to you returning next year. Great job. And this is a first-year letter winner. Okay, Tara Saracenic. Tara is a sophomore, and she made her top 10 several times this season. She was on our varsity 8 last year that went to Whippeals. And the year started, Tara had a calf injury the first part of the season that set her back, and it affected her at the beginning part of the season. But she worked really hard at therapy. She came back strong. She had good improvement throughout the season, and she finished the season really strong. Tara has a great attitude. She's a hard worker and a very bright future. And I'm looking forward to big things from you in track and cross country next year. And Audrey DeCunder. Audrey is a junior, and she had a great junior season. She was in her top 4 to 5 runners all season. She took her running to the next level this season. She placed well at all of her invitationals. She had a really impressive 29th at Whippeals with a personal best time of 20:09. In a normal year, she would have missed qualifying for states by 3 places in 3 seconds. So she would have been that close as an individual qualifier. And next year, she can continue to improve. So keep up the hard work and the great attitude, and you'll continue to have success. Great job, Audrey. Second-year letter winner. Okay, Stella Fanny. Stella Fanny is a junior, and she's one of her only third-year varsity letter winners, and she's been a big part of our team's success since ninth grade. She's been a big part of our varsity team the last 3 years, and earlier this season, her injured shins affected her in the middle of the season. With some rest and some cross-training, she came back strong and had a strong finish to the season. Celebrating her best workouts at the end of the season. And she was running really well. It's a shame the season couldn't go on further. But Stella's very dedicated to running, a great runner, and I expect some great things in your senior season. Great job, Stella. Okay, Rand Hassan, the same. Rand is a junior, and this is her second year of cross country. And Rand made great improvement throughout this season. Her times continue to come down, and she always gives great effort, has a positive attitude. She seems to really enjoy the sport and is very encouraging of all of her teammates. A great job this season, Rand. Keep up the great work and great attitude. Elizabeth Hunkley. Elizabeth is a junior, and she also is a third-year letter winner, and a big part of our varsity team the last 3 years. This was her best season. She placed high at most invitationals, and she was award winner at the Bald Eagle Invitational, coming in 17th or 19th. And this year, she also is one of our team captains. She's very determined, very dedicated, and always does her best. She placed 23rd at Whitfields this year. Like I said, would have normally qualified. And she's running her best right now. At the end of the season, Whitfields was the best meet of the season, and she's actually been running even just as well, if not better, since then. She had a really good junior Olympic race, and then she just ran a personal best 18:40 5K on Saturday at the Boundary Battle Track 5K in Westchester Henderson High School, running against some of the top girls in the state. So keep up the great work, Elizabeth. Elizabeth Cost. Elizabeth is a junior, and it was great to have her back on our team this year after she ran as a freshman and then played tennis last year. Elizabeth showed great progress throughout the season and finished the season with her best times. She did really well at the Bald Eagle Invitational. Elizabeth has a great attitude. She's a great leader for younger teammates, and looking forward to a great senior year next year with Elizabeth. Catherine London. Catherine is a junior, and she's a first-year letter winner. This is her first year running cross country. She just started running earlier this year, and thanks to Joseph for encouraging her. And she came into the season, and she's like, wow, she's a really good runner. Well, she showed great improvements throughout the season. Every race she would start hard in workouts, but every time she ran, she would keep that pace longer and longer. She's very dedicated, works very hard. She almost broke 21 minutes on the White Oak Park course. She was a varsity runner this year, and bright future with a lot of potential. So great job running in your first year. Keep it up. Okay. Meredith Price. Meredith had an awesome junior season. She was the #1 runner every meet. Also a team captain. And she won awards at every invitational, including 6th at Red, White, and Blue, 6th at Foundation, 3rd at Bald Eagle, 4th at Tri-States. And then she topped that with 4th at Whitfields and earned a medal. 10th at States. Again, highest finishes ever for Pine-Richland girls in AAA. And I admire her love of running, how determined she is, and she does whatever it takes to get better. And she wants to get a lot better for next year after having the best season Pine-Richland girls had. And she's a third-year letter winner also, and Also, this past weekend, she ran her best 5K. She ran 17:54 in the Boundary Battle 5K at Westchester Henderson, and had a great race there. So keep up the great work, Meredith. Abigail Salas. Abby had a great junior season. She made the top 12 at many meets this season. She made great improvements throughout the season, and Abby's a great work ethic. She's determined to keep improving. Very positive attitude, great teammate, would do anything for her teammates. Great attitude, very hard worker, and I expect big things out of her senior year. Great job, Abby. Olivia Wood. Olivia is a junior, and she had her best season this year, made great improvements throughout the season. Impressed by Olivia's effort at the practices and meets, finished in our top 12 multiple times. Very positive attitude, shows great determination, and she's determined to succeed. And expect a great senior year next year, Olivia. Keep up the great work. Now we're on to our seniors. Lauren Hoffman. Lauren is a first-year letter winner, and she's a leader that the girls have looked up to since I've been coaching. She's a team captain, and she takes initiative to get the girls together and keep everybody on track. She's very inspirational. She also runs marathons and ultra-marathons. She's a future Ironman triathlete, she says, next year. She's a great positive attitude, she's a hard worker, she has great endurance, and thanks for being a great leader, and congratulations on a great senior season. Gianna Julia. Gianna is a senior and has been running with us in 7th grade. Her teammates look up to her. She's very well respected. She's very supportive of her younger runners and a great team leader. She encourages everyone on the team, gives great effort, always has a smile on her face, and she made nice progress throughout the season. Congratulations on a great 4 years, Gianna. And Gianna's a first-year letter winner. Leah Kilgore. This is Leah's 3rd year of cross country. She's a great teammate and she's one of our team captains. She's very encouraging. I know many of the girls on our team looked up to her. And after having a great success in 10th grade, or 11th grade, she had an injury, missed the whole year of running. She came back strong this year, dealt with some injuries early in the season, but her knee kept getting better. She's working really hard, made great progress throughout the season, and is getting close to the varsity squad by the end of the season. And looking for big things in her senior track season, and Leah is a 2nd-year letter winner. And Maria London. Maria is a senior, and this is her 1st year running cross country with Pine-Richland. And again, thank you, Joseph, for encouraging Maria to run. Maria just started running earlier this year also. Did very well this season, continued to make great strides throughout the season. She's a lot of speed. She has one of the best kicks on the team at the end of a race. And Maria is very dedicated. She loves running, and I know she plans to run track and keep training and keep improving. It was great coaching you this year. I'm glad you joined us for your senior season, and Maria's a 1st-year letter winner. Congratulations. Now we have our awards. So we're going to start with our Boys Rookie of the Year. Our Boys Rookie of the Year goes to Kevin McLaughlin. Congratulations. freshman seasons ever in Pine-Richland, and expect big things next year. Great team leader as a freshman. Our boys team MVP is Victor Williams. And Victor is a repeat winner from last year. Again, an awesome season for Victor. And now on to girls. Our girls rookie of the year is Angelina Hunkley. And congratulations on a great freshman season, one of the top freshmen in the state this year. And also, wanted to point out, I forgot to mention, she also did the 5K this past Saturday along with Meredith and Elizabeth, and she also ran a personal best of 18:41. So congratulations, Angelina. And our team MVP, she's been MVP for 3 straight years now, Meredith Price. Congratulations, Meredith, again on a phenomenal season for being a great leader. Great. And congratulations to everyone here, whether you received an award, a letter, or a participation award, everybody, or a certificate, everybody had a great season. I'm proud of all of you. I'm proud of your effort. I'm proud of your dedication. And I enjoy coaching each and every one of you. And I really hope you all continue to train over the winter. And I'm going to start sending out training plans in this next week. I know many of you are on break, so please, taking some time off, please let me know what you're doing training-wise. Keep in touch with me through email. Whenever we're allowed to meet again formally, we will. My guess is it won't be until January, probably not until we go back to school. So whenever that is, we may be able to meet again. But I'll let you know when we're allowed to formally meet. But you can meet with each other, follow my training plan. I'll customize it for you. Let me know what you're training for. And also, I'm going to send out a form. I would like to get your feedback on this season, what you thought of your season, and also your goals for the coming year. Whether it's if you're running track, you can put your track goals. Cross country, put your goals for next year. If you're graduating, put your future goals. I'm here to help you, and if you're a senior, I'm here to help you moving forward. Please don't forget about us. Come and visit us in the summer or whenever you're home from breaks, and I'll help you when you're in college and beyond. So I'm always going to be your coach. So when you graduate, that doesn't mean that you're not part of our cross country family. And next year, starting in August, we're going to start doing an alumni meet. So we're going to have one of our time trials will be an alumni meet where former runners, current coaches, former coaches, anybody who's part of our cross country program will be invited to run the meet. Couldn't do that this year with COVID, but hopefully we'll be able to do that next year. Also looking to put together some track 5Ks. So we're trying to do some different things. Again, can't do this stuff until we get through the pandemic, but hopefully next year we'll be able to start doing more of these fun type of things. Thank you everyone for coming. Great job this season. Have a great night. Okay, Nick, Kabuda, and Quinn Pritchard, you have your third year, your varsity award.